love to the beat so slow. Making love to the beat, girl, it sounds so slow. I'm in fuck with a G, girl, you already know.
Yo, we back again. Word 'em up. Yo, son, we gonna take a little trip up to Maryland, feel me? Shout out to my sister, yo. You haven't heard lately, I drop a verse daily. I'm about to lay the rose petals for boxing first lady. Ask Cash, she not in it for a cash grab. She passionate when she speaking to make the crabs mad. Ashley's Corner got the news for the boxing heads. Whether you ball, rockin' waves, or you got the dreads. Cowboys bummy, nose running, ain't nothing funny. These little dummies will sell their own mommy for insurance money. Tuning in on weekends, my favorite getaway. Giving you the boxing analogy every Saturday. Plus she got a hyperlink, so if you got a dime, spend some time and go to bonfire.com/store/love-in-sports, and you can lurk, hit the search, you could get a shirt. If you ain't learned by now, you never will. She got the clever skills where the sneakers are in high heels. All the cats boring now, they was boring then. There's no defeating her. Ashley's like a meteor, with knowledge like a thesaurus encyclopedia. Them other lame channels remedial, make me sleepier. I tried to warn you, if I say again, your ass are gonna. Y'all informants, get the hell away from Ashley's Corner. You lose a leg if you step a toe past the border. You might say you on the block, but this is Ashley's Corner. Word 'em up. Ash Cash. We in the building, son. Judah Ben. Tell a friend, yo. You might say you on the block, but this is Ashley's Corner.
Salute, salute, salute. I had good intentions, man. I had good intentions at starting this live and coming up in here at 8 a.m. at 8:10, whatever. I had good intentions. I was up. I was just doing something. I was just up doing, well, actually a lot of stuff. I was up doing multiple things like Geminis do. I was keeping my mind active, busy. And I was doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's the weekend. So I lost track of time. Pussyfooting around, like Gary Antoine Russell said. I was pussyfooting around and I had to finish what I was doing. But I'm here. I'm here to talk about the things that went on yesterday. And I want to play a video. What's his name? Frank Martin. Frank Martin is back, yo. And because Frank Martin is back, I think a lot of people is wanting to put a camera up in his face and the mic to see how he feels about the things that's been going on since he's been gone and absent. You know what I mean, from the sport. I like it. I like Frank Martin. I always have. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those fans that a loss 2 or even 3 losses don't stop me from being a fan. It all depends on how you lose. You know what I mean? And I like how he fights. You know what I mean? I like his bravado. I like everything about Frank Martin when it comes to boxing, for real. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him as no duck. And we're going to talk about that, like, for real. Frank Martin, well, Shakur Stevenson, even though Shakur knows the truth, he would love to just say that Frank Martin ducked me. You know what I mean? Or he was scared to fight, even though he know that's not true. He know the truth is, because he said what the truth is. He originally said the truth. And the truth is, originally, the man was going to sign the fight and he was going to fight him. But when he found out how much money Shakur was getting, he wanted more money. You understand what I'm saying? He wanted more money. That right there lets you know that the man ain't scared of Shakur, ain't scared to fight. He just want more bread, even this, because he knows Shakur getting paid. But salute to everybody that came in the building. Let's get to it. Salute to you, Victor. What is good with you, sir? Definitely appreciate you. First one up in the building, man. Salute to you. What's good with you? The TWT is in the house. What is popping with you? Salute to you, Trick Note. Yes, it's been a little minute. Yo, so everybody hit that like button. People that come in here, hit that like button. Salute to everybody that came in the building. Everybody that will see this or hear this live later on the replay. Salute to you. Sub to the channel, like the channel, share the channel. Best way to support the channel is to join the channel. But we're gonna get into it, man. Let's talk about this this card and everything that happened yesterday. That chick, man, that chick that's in the middle, Lysandra Carnetters or whatever, Contras. 20 years old. That was her pro debut. She was on that undercard, bro. That was her pro debut, her very first fight. She's now 1-0. That was she's 5'2", little girl. She's 5'2" with a 66-inch reach, fighting out of New Jersey. The fight took place at 121 pounds, bruh. She was major, highly impressive. I don't know who. I don't know who watched the card yesterday. If you seen that girl fight that's on my thumbnail, the only girl that's on my thumbnail, oh my God. Like, bruh, she gonna be a champion. I've never said that about no fighter ever, their pro debut, that they're gonna be a champion ever. Male or female, I've never ever said that shit. She gonna be a champion. She gonna be a champion. I'm finna make a video. I'm following her. You understand what I'm saying? Like, her next fight, I'm gonna promote that. You feel me? Like, damn, bro, she looked like it was her 20th fight. It was her pro debut. She didn't look scared of what was coming at her from the beginning. She was mostly, besides being defensively, she wasn't running around the ring, not at all. She was always somewhere where she can get hit and hit the other girl. She just was so slick, yo. She was so slick. Lysandra is her name. She was so slick. She reminded me of Carolina Dubois, but slicker. Believe that. Her pro debut. This was only her first fight, man. She already would give people a run for their money. And this is her first fight. Shit was amazing. Oh, yeah, I forgot to do this yesterday. As I said, I was going to start doing this shit and letting people speak a little bit while I'm up here. I forgot to do it yesterday. But I got it now. I got it today. Hold on. I got to do it on my phone. But whatever. I'm going to pin it. But that girl, though, I haven't seen no girl that talented straight out the gate ever in boxing. Straight out the gate? Never. Hold on. Here we go.
Shimmer eyeshadow for women.
All right. Okay. What's good with you, Thrill Hill? What's good morning? Good morning. Yeah, y'all. Let me see. Maybe I put it in my phone. Allow myself to sit. Yep, I didn't. I just put the video on my phone that I'm gonna let y'all listen to later. But whatever. Did y'all see the fights yesterday? Is the question. What did y'all see yesterday? What do y'all want to talk about? What do you want me to talk about? I know it was only 3 really entertaining fights. I didn't watch every single fight. I kind of started watching a little late. They had already had 5 fights when I first started watching it. So you know what I'm saying? I know that girl fight that I'm talking about with the girl Lysandra, that shit was highly entertaining, man. And I don't say that about girl fights, bro. And this was her first fight, and I believe the girl she was fighting, it was her second fight. Bro, she was slick as shit, man. She was nice as hell. Paulie was hating on everybody the whole damn commentary, and then he was kissing Vito's ass. He didn't say nothing bad about that girl though. That was her pro debut. He couldn't. Like, bro, so it's your first fight. It was somebody else's second fight. He was going on him hard as hell. I was like, damn, yo, get a band a break. But that girl was doing it. She was doing the most. Who the fuck fought yesterday? I'm surprised I didn't write it down and wasn't a better friend of myself. Rodriguez and Yafi. Did they fight in the beginning? When did they fight? Is the question. I know I watched the Chuck Simpson fight, and I watched him versus Jihad Tucker. Man, that was crazy. Jihad Tucker really need to calm himself down a little bit during fights, for real. I always liked his tenacity. Made a video about his heart. It's short about his heart, and it's highly entertaining. He's that guy. I like him. I like Tucker. I wasn't going to say that Simpson was going to lose, so I didn't put no opinion on that fight. But all I said is that they're 2 totally different styles, and I didn't know who was going to win. I left it at that. But Chuck Simpson, if you follow his career, he's had highs and lows. He's been on main cards, he's been in main arenas, and then he's been on that side shit too. Like Speedy. Like Speedy be doing those barroom joints as well and shit like you know what I'm saying? Like this. When Tucker came out and hit the mainstream, hit the big stage, he stayed there. There was no going back and forth. There's no really lows in his career besides the one loss he suffered. Because he's so quick, and now y'all see his footwork is serious. You know what I'm saying? And his hand speed is good. You know, like I wasn't gonna sit there and say that Simpson was going to lose, but it wasn't his fight for real. And he got outclassed round after round. You know what I'm saying? I knew wasn't nobody gonna get stopped though, because Tucker neither one of them really got the pop like that to really one punch knock out anybody. And Simpson was pretty much throwing one shot. When he was throwing combinations, it looked good, but he was so concerned about Jihad Tucker's hand speed, he couldn't really, keep that game plan. He had to hurry up and cover up because he really wasn't doing that much ducking and dodging. Like Simpson, like Chuck's really not a slick fighter. That's not how he is. That's not how he fights. He really don't have the arm reach or the height to be at that big weight class, but he's big. You know what I'm saying? So almost every fight is an uphill, battle for him to face, in my opinion. But that's my guy. I like them both. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to go. It was the main event. Oh, the zone. I was live Thrill Hill, and I wasn't even paying attention to the main event. I should go back and watch it though. Since it's on the zone, it'll still be there. I'll go back and watch that joint. But Vito Mountain, listen. I'm glad I said what I said yesterday and asked why Vito get this and get all of these main events and all of this shit. Always got a fight in his hometown and shit. If you watch the ESPN card, it wasn't that many people in that bitch. If that shit set 20,000 people, it was like 6 in that bitch. Do you understand me? Like, it wasn't that many people. He got a lot. He got a big fan base. Salute to you, Max G. What is popping with you, King? He got a big fan base, and there was a lot of Polish people there because of the person he was fighting was Polish. They even had somebody singing the Polish anthem. You know what I'm saying? So, bruh, it wasn't, that bitch was empty as hell. The entire card, 11 fights on the card, whole bitch was empty as hell. Main event, it was like 6,000 people maybe in that joint. You know what I'm saying? Maybe three. You know what I mean? But it was empty as hell. A whole arena, even the top part was open and all of that shit. I'm like, yo, usually when they know they're not gonna sell all of that, they'll close that off. They have curtains up there. They had all that shit open. They said Vito Malnicki Sr. is somebody's manager. I can't remember who they said. I was like, damn, he managed fighters. I didn't even know that shit. And then when it came to singing the national anthem for America, his sister sung it. I was like, damn, yo. I said, yo, does he give to the building fund in this bitch? Does he give money to the boxing organization? Is that what's going on? Is that why he's so tight in this bitch? This motherfucker be having main event after main event, and his fighting be subpar as fuck. Like I like Vito. I'm gonna keep saying it. I like him, but I don't understand why he gets all of the privilege. Maybe I might be on to something with him and this whole family being in this shit. It just, I don't know, man. But it's just seemed a little unfair sometimes, just a little unfair to other fighters. But when I try to find a thumbnail of him landing a good shot on dude, because he dropped him, I believe 2 times, maybe 3 times. Vito dropped his opponent. I was trying to find a good picture of him, landing a nice shot to put it on my thumbnail. And I found about 3 good pictures of him getting hit real good, like face messed up real hard. I was like, damn, like I can't find one picture of the winner landing a shot. I think that's weird, man. I think that shit is a little weird. I don't know why it's like that. Can't find no good shots. I want y'all to hear this. This is really what I want to talk about. I want to talk about salute to you, Anthony Jones. Why can't Chuck Simpson win a big fight? He don't have the height or the arm reach or actually the style to be in the weight class that he in. That is my honest opinion. I don't think he lacks skill. I don't think he's not talented or nothing like that. I think his style, his height, and his arm reach just don't match the weight class. That's my honest opinion. But listen, Frank Martin. Let me play this video. Hold up. Let me do Jake Paul shit, man. Let me building the Jake Paul shit.
What's your reaction to that? Yeah, everyone was supposed to fight Keyshawn, and the whole freaking situation happened there. What's your reaction to that?
He ducked that action.
You think so?
Hell yeah, I think he ducked it. He actually made himself look bad, but man, I had De Los Santos pulling that fight out. I had him winning that fight.
Why?
Just cause, man, he tough. He a puncher. He tough. I feel like Keyshawn do good against bangers. Like he could do good against a banger, but
I think he made a good point when he said that. I think it just wasn't hate, or he was trying to get under Keyshawn. So I think he was being honest, thinking that Keyshawn wasn't going to win that fight. In my opinion, Keyshawn didn't think he was going to win that fight, or he would have stuck to business, being a businessman, and he would have did what he did, what he normally do to cut weight, came in on weight and won and carried that belt up to 140. That's what he would have did. But that's not what he did. He purposely came in overweight to have an advantage, thinking that Edwin needed the money and wasn't going to get his payday if he wasn't going to fight. That's what he was thinking. And he was sadly mistaken. But I agree that Keyshawn does do good against bangers, people that come forward and not really defensively responsible and just trying to throw throw their hardest punch at him and, you know, commit to those punches, yeah, he do great against bangers. It's a good point.
He had like the Albright guy who his brother lost to, or whatever his name is. Like guys like tricky and springy, Keyshawn had problems with those type of guys, you know. But flat-footed, strong fighters who come forward, he do good against them. But De Los Santos springy, he could punch, you know. So I had De Los Santos, you know. I had him winning that fight.
Oh, wow, yeah. I know you did like a live where you told people like, hey, don't be surprised if De Los Santos wins. I'm picking De Los Santos. The fight fell through. It didn't happen. I think Keyshawn missed weight by like 4 pounds or something like that.
Man, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, we know weight cuts hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know, you know, weight cuts hard. But goddamn, 4 pounds, come on now. You ain't even try to get that damn weight off.
Yeah, he showed up the next night there to support his brother. And then, yeah, the little altercation happened. I don't know if, like, the correct info has been released. I know that Albright claimed that he was jumped. I know Keyshawn put out a statement saying, like, no, we didn't jump that guy, that it was more like trash talk that escalated. But
he got touched, but
yeah,
only by one person.
Not a good look for him.
Yeah. Hopefully he bounced back, though. You know, I'm sure, you know, he a good fighter, so he'll bounce back. But, shit, he probably need to change his name because he ain't handling business how it's supposed to be handled.
Thanks.
Yeah, he had a lot of good momentum, and yeah, this is gonna, you know, have him take a few steps back. You know, in terms of Keyshawn, I know
everybody know it too. Everybody knows
that your name and his name have revolved around each other in the past. Like, how close are we to seeing that potentially, Frank?
Shit, that fight can happen. You know, yeah. It can happen later this year. It can happen next year. You know, I'm down to take that fight.
Do y'all want to see y'all want to see Frank versus Keyshawn at 140?
A potential fight between you and him look like?
I'm gonna fuck him up.
Yeah, why?
Now
he just talked too much.
Now he learned from his mistake last year, 2 years ago. Frank Martin learned from his mistake. Because the last time they ran into each other and somebody asked him that question, he was respectable. He was very respectable. He said, I think it would be a good fight. I think, you know, we're both good. He's a good fighter. And then they turned and asked Keyshawn. He was like, I think I'll fuck Frank Martin up. Mad disrespect when Frank Martin was like, yo, like, why'd you say that? Like, bro, stop being nice. But he learned from his mistake and just said it to, fuck him up.
What would like a potential fight between you and him look like?
I'm gonna fuck him up.
Yeah, why?
Just cause he just talked too much. You know what I'm saying? He talked too much. He a good fighter, but he ain't really been, you know, the guys who he fought, some of them was good fighters, you know, but they just, Top Ring do a good job, man, at putting they guys in there with fighters who, you know, they gonna look good against, you know. And that's why I felt like De Los Santos was a little twist in the, you know, in the styles that he's been fighting, because he actually an explosive, you know, quick, strong fighter. So that was kind of like a different style for him, you know. But he fought Pedraza. Pedraza was a good fighter, you know. He on his way out though, and all the other guys, you know, when he fought for his belt, like he ain't, you know, no disrespect to the fighter he fought, but that guy was, you know, that was easy work.
Yeah, I think it was the Ukrainian, right?
It was easy work.
Renchek.
Yeah. That was easy work. You know,
anybody
like styles like
stop
that, you do good against those
any
type
of these
styles.
dudes.
You know, so
a style like yours, not too good.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna fuck him up. You see who, like, how he lost to what's his name in the Olympics?
Andy Cruz.
Andy Cruz. I just watched him. Andy Cruz is nice. But like a style like that, you know, springy, he had angles, like he had problems with, you know, athletic fighters.
Yeah, I remember, I don't know if you remember, but we were doing an interview at one of the fights, and I think like you saw Keyshawn and you like went up to him like mid-interview, like, Keyshawn. Oh, Frank's leaving us. I think we'll get him back. Hold on, let's go ahead and follow him. Here.
He went back to the first time.
Get it on, bro. I don't do all the talking. I see this is the first time I never seen. So I ain't with all the talking. You know what I'm talking about? So when it's time to dance, bro, we can dance. You feel me?
What happens in that fight, Frank? What happens in the fight between you and Keyshawn?
We're a good fighter. You know what I mean? It's going to be a good fight. You feel me?
Respect.
But you said what? You said what? I ain't say nothing. Oh, no, it's gonna be a good fight. You know what I mean? He a good fighter, bruh. All the tough shit, bro. I'm like that, bro. Like, bro, I'm like that, bro.
You say what? How does it fight between you and Frank Martin?
I feel like I really fuck Frank Martin up,
Bro.
I feel like I'll fuck Frank Martin up. I feel like he's not on my level.
See who you just fought.
I feel like I got way more experience than this dude. I don't know what he. I don't know who did you. I don't know what
you just fought.
What y'all think, yo? Right now, today, you know what I'm saying? If neither one of them actually had a fight at 140, if they next fight was against each other, what y'all think is going down at 140?
Y'all been knowing I've been doing out here. You know what I'm saying?
Out
Look,
here.
Hey, look, when it makes sense, when a motherfucker really want to fight, I'm not with all that
I
talking.
really want to fight.
Look, bro, I will fight you. What the fuck are you saying, bro?
So tell your peoples get it right,
bro. You tell your
we
people
can get it right. We can
all
get it right.
All I gotta do is holler at my promoter.
Say this is nothing.
All I gotta do is holler at my promoter.
Get it right.
That's it.
All right, holler at
That's it. What you mean? It's up.
Holler at
It's up.
You know what up, bro? You know what up, bro?
You see how I came?
You know what up, bro?
You feel me?
How you come?
Is that just like a competitive thing between you guys, or was there like and has been like an issue between you guys, or is he just someone that you don't really like?
No, I mean, shit, it's mainly just like, you know, a lot of these fighters just be just talking, and like I had never seen Keyshawn a day in my life or none of that, but you know, he had been talking shit about me, so when I seen him, it was just like, hold on, like a lot of these guys do the shit for the internet, you know, like me, like I just be chilling. Y'all know how I am. I'm quiet. I don't really talk too crazy or nothing, but I seen him like, so it's just more like a respect thing. So I had to go check him. Like, shit, I ain't one of these fighters who's just talking just to get clout or, you know, try to act like I'm tough. No, I'm gonna press you and see what's up with you.
Yeah, no, I hope one day that's a fight that can happen, because that's a very interesting fight stylistically, and the build-up would be great between you guys too.
Oh yeah, that's a fight that it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen for sure.
Now, going back to go continue, Frank.
No, I said it's gonna happen. I want it.
Going back to you, so your return, you hope, in August at 140 now, right?
Yeah.
What I guess the decision behind 140 to go to 140.
Man, honestly, the goal was when I turned pro. You know, when I was amateur, I fought 141. You know, like my whole amateur. So the goal was to go to 35 and just work my way up. But like I just felt like my last two weight cuts was real tough weight cuts on me. And shit, the last one, like in my fight, my body got to getting a little tired. So I felt like, you know, it had a lot to do with my weight cut. You know, the pounds getting harder to come off. You know, like the last two was getting harder to just come off. So I was just like, I don't feel like I get tired in fights. And, you know, my last fight, I guess. I don't want to seem like that's an excuse or no shit like that, but that's why I'm moving up. I'm moving up in weight and just going from there.
So yeah. I really like Frank Martin, man. I think he won't say no to any fight. I don't believe he ducked any fight since he's been a professional boxer. I think I think his promoter is still Earl Spence Jr. And being that he'll be fighting at 140, and there's a lot of names now, including his, at that weight class. There's a lot of fights for him to fight that will be very entertaining. That will fill up a nice undercard, you know what I mean? Or depending on the person, be a very good main event. I think him and Keyshawn Davis needs to happen. Now it seems like they're both are moving up at the exact same time, it seemed like, and they're moving up the same year. So they both haven't had a fight yet at 140 and looking to move up to have one. I think Keyshawn has his plate full with a lot of people that want to fight him, and so does he, you know. But at 140, I think Tito Machado wants a piece of, well, I know he wants a piece of Keyshawn. I don't know if Keyshawn wants that work, but Keyshawn got to see Frank Martin, in my opinion. I think this is a fight that has to happen. I think he don't duck any work. Keyshawn Davis freaking what? He fought one of Tank's. He fought Pedraza 7 years after Tank did, and stopped him. I think around after Tank stopped him, and then next fought a blown up Lemos, and then was calling out Tank viciously. You know what I'm saying? He was calling out Tank viciously, saying that he ain't this and ain't that. And then, I think a couple of months after that, he was asked on camera about Tank's team reaching out to him for a fight. And Keyshawn Davis admitted that Tank team did reach out for a fight, and it could be possible you see a Davis versus Davis fight in 2025. Is exactly what Keyshawn Davis said. So Tank Davis wanted that work with Keyshawn, but Keyshawn really only used Tank Davis' name for clout. He really did not want to fight Tank Davis, because if he did, we would have already seen that fight. That fight would have happened this year. It would have happened already. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe that was 2024. Keyshawn said that. I don't really know. I forgot which year it was he was talking about, but that's what he said. So on the other hand, we see Frank Martin, and people was labeling him as ducking Shakur Stevenson because he wanted more money. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fighters don't fight because they want more money. So, and he was really going to fight Shakur until he found out that Shakur was making quadruple than what he was making. So he wanted more money. You know what I mean? So that fight didn't happen. But as soon as Tank name came across the table, all he did was sign. Keyshawn didn't do that. It's a lot of fighters that Tank reached out to that they didn't say yes to immediately. You know what I'm saying? All the people that's on Tank resume said yes. All them people, a lot of the people that's talking a lot of stuff, they had the opportunity and they wanted some other shit, or they said no flat out. You know what I'm saying? So Frank Martin, being that he said yes to the Tank fight, a lot of people say that Shakur, Devin, Keyshawn, all these people are dogs and they won't say no to a fight. I think y'all really need to reanalyze that, because Frank Martin is definitely in that list. You understand what I'm saying? Frank Martin fought Frank Martin has a good resume. He fought some names for real. He fought a couple little names to be somebody that just started boxing when he was 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't say no to nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be good for him fighting at 140. Can't do nothing with Tank. Yeah, Keyshawn can't fuck with Tank, bro. Salute to you, whatchamacallit. What is good with you? Definitely appreciate you for coming up in here. This was going to be a short live. Damn, it's already 45 minutes. I had a lot to do today. Still got some shit to do. But like I said, boxing is getting really close to these youngins having to put up or shut up. It's not going to be fun no more. You know what I'm saying? When the rabbit got the gun, I think it's a tide turning for a lot of fighters. I think it's a lot of it's generations. You know what I'm saying? Like Canelo been fighting for a long time. You know what I mean? I think he's truly about to retire. I think that time is coming. I think a few fighters are about to retire. The tide will change, and we're going to have new talent. We're going to have new people to watch. We're going to have new number ones, new top tens. And we're going to see what it is. I think Brian Norman Jr. has, ever since, if Boots is moving up, Brian Norman Jr. is now that guy at that weight class. I don't put him as low as everybody else do. I think he's that guy at the weight class. 140 is still up for the taking. You know what I'm saying? You got the youngins coming up, about to fight quickly. Abdullah Mason, his doors closed, and then he about to have a title fight. And then once he do, a lot of talk is going to be in the air for everybody to unify at all of these weight classes that we've been waiting for, like 130, 135, 140, welterweight, 154, and 160. Like that shit is coming around the bend, and I can't wait for it. Boxing is starting to look up for real. Salute to you, Judah Ben. What is good with you? The artist formerly known. What is popping with you? Judah Vision is in the house. Yo, what's popping, man? I'm about to get on up out of here. This is going to be a short live. All my Sunday lives are going to be short because there's really not much to talk about after I cover boxing on Saturday. on Sunday, it's really not much to talk about besides the fights and whatever ghetto-ness has happened over Saturday night's events. Let's salute to everybody that came in this joint, yo. We got another weekend down, closer to these better fights that's coming up, yo. I got some good cards coming, and I still can't wait for this Sherrod, the card. What I think is July the 10th. Edgar Belonga, Sherrod's card. That card, I can't wait for that joint. I think that shit is gonna be fire. Got eyes on him for real. He definitely do, yo. Salute to everybody that came in the building. Hit that like button on the way out, man. Hit that like button on the way out. Always share the channel, like the channel. If you are not subbed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscription button. That shit is free, $99. You hear me? Absolutely free. Eyes out of here. I probably go live again. And it's probably 3 or 4 o'clock. All depends on what time them fights start next week. It really all depends on what time the fights start. But always Eastern Standard Time, even 3 or 4 p.m. on Saturday. Holla at you.
I'm working on Penny X.